Right now, inside your body, an invisible war is raging. Every second, armies of bacteria try to invade you. They crawl on your skin, they hide in your food, and they float in the air you breathe. To them, your body is a paradise of warmth, water, and nutrients. To you, it's home, but only one side can win. So what happens when the enemy actually breaks through? Imagine you cut your finger on a rusty nail. To you, it's a small scratch. But to bacteria, it's an open gate, the entrance to a brand new world. In just minutes, millions of them slip through the breach, and they don't come quietly. They multiply at incredible speed, doubling in number every 20 minutes. If nothing stopped them, they could turn a tiny cut into a deadly infection within hours. But your body isn't defenseless. In fact, it's prepared for war. The very first defenders are already on patrol. Macrophages, picture them as giant night watchmen. They wander through your tissues, scanning everything they see. When they spot bacteria, they don't hesitate. They swallow them whole, trap them inside, and digest them with acid. But that's not all. They also sound the alarm, releasing chemical signals that say, "We are under attack." The alarm spreads like wildfire, blood vessels open wide. More immune cells pour into the battlefield. The area swells, turns red, and starts to burn. What you call inflammation is not a weakness. It's a flare gun, summoning your body's army to fight. But one patrol of macrophages can't stop an entire invasion. So the immune system calls in its shock troops, neutrophils. These are the most numerous soldiers in your body, fast, aggressive, and ruthless. They rush into the battlefield by the billions, each one a tiny missile of destruction. They don't just eat bacteria, they bombard them with toxic chemicals, burn them alive, and release deadly traps of sticky DNA nets. But every attack comes with a cost. Neutrophils are kamikaze fighters. Once they deploy their weapons, they die. The battlefield becomes so littered with the corpses of neutrophils that you can actually see it. That thick yellowish substance that forms in a wound, it's pus. A graveyard of soldiers who gave their lives so you could keep yours. But even this sacrifice sometimes isn't enough. Some bacteria are clever. They resist toxins, slip past traps, and keep multiplying. So your body has to escalate. Cells release chemical messengers called cytokines. These tiny molecules spread the alarm to your entire body. More troops needed now. In response, your bone marrow pumps out fresh white blood cells. Your blood vessels swell to flood the area with reinforcements. And your brain joins the fight by raising your body temperature. You call it fever, but to your immune system, it's a weapon. Higher heat slows down bacteria and boosts the killing power of immune cells. For hours, sometimes days, the innate immune system fights a brutal war. Bacteria are swallowed alive, trapped in DNA webs, and burned with chemical weapons. Many infections never make it past this stage because your first line of defense is terrifyingly effective, but sometimes the enemy holds strong. The bacteria multiply faster than the innate system can kill them. The lines start to break, and then a new kind of messenger appears, dendritic cells. These are the commanders of the immune system. They collect fragments of the enemy, pieces of bacterial proteins, and carry them away from the battlefield. Their destination, the lymph nodes, the secret training camps of the adaptive immune system. There, they meet the most specialized soldiers your body has, T cells. But T cells are no ordinary fighters. Before they can fight, they must train. In the thymus, millions of young T cells are tested. Those that attack your own body are destroyed. Most never graduate, only about 1 in 4 survives the training. The few that remain become the elite forces of your immune system. Now, when dendritic cells present them with enemy fragments, the T cells finally awaken. Helper T cells send powerful signals to rally the entire army. Killer T cells multiply into legions, each one programmed to destroy infected cells with surgical precision. Some will fight until death, others will become memory T cells, carrying the story of this battle for decades, ready to strike faster next time. But T cells don't fight alone. They call in reinforcements from another branch, B cells, the weapons factories of the immune system. When activated by helper T cells, B cells unleash a storm of antibodies. These tiny Y-shaped proteins flood the battlefield. They stick to bacteria like glue, blocking their weapons and marking them for destruction. Suddenly, the bacteria are surrounded, tagged, and easy prey for macrophages and neutrophils. At last, the tide turns. Antibodies overwhelm the invaders. Killer T cells wipe out infected cells. Macrophages clean the battlefield. Slowly, the infection is crushed, but victory comes at a price. Millions of immune cells have died in the fight. Most of the soldiers that charged into battle will never return, yet their sacrifice isn't wasted. Because now, new memory cells remain. They will remember this enemy. And if the same bacteria ever attack again, your immune system won't need days to respond. It will strike within hours, often stopping the infection before you even feel sick. And so, the war inside your body ends quietly, without you ever noticing. Tomorrow, it will begin again, against new enemies, in new battles, and you'll never know. Because inside you lives an army that never sleeps, that never surrenders, and that has defended you since the day you were born. This was only the first chapter, the story of a bacterial invasion. But the immune system has even greater secrets, like how it fights viruses, or how it remembers enemies for life. That is a story for part 2.